Hi, I'm going to show you how we can use visual 4D model to enhance our existing earned value management system. We'll start by looking at a traditional earned value graph, and from this graph we can see that our earned value in green is behind our planned value in blue, which is what work we plan to do. So it looks like the project is behind schedule, but our actual costs are below our earned value, which means that it's cost us less to achieve that amount of work. So it looks like we are behind schedule, but also below budget. But we can't tell why we are behind schedule or if there are any critical items that may hold us up. And the earned value measurement method that I'm going to show you using Synchro could help us identify these issues. So I'll open a model in Synchro, and this is just a demonstration model, and we're going to look at the large bore piping. And we usually receive the earned value measurement information in this format, where we get the trade, commodity, the reference number, the package number, and then you receive 5%. You get 5% of your earned value for if it's delivered to site. You get a further 20% once it's erected, further 30% once it's connected, until it's finally tested and restored. You receive 100% for that component. That is multiplied by the budgeted units, which calculates your overall earned value. That's outside the scope of this video, but there's lots of information on that. So the way that we can visualize this in a 4D model is by using the resource status function in Synchro. And what this means is that the resource status can be visualized using a color. So if something is received, it will be yellow; erected, it will be orange, and so forth. We will show this by taking the timeline back to December, and we will also filter out just the pipes. So we'll do that by activating a filter to just see the pipes. And what we've done is, as we've statused the components over time, you can see they change color. So in the beginning of December, the yellow pipes were received on site. In the beginning of January, the yellow pipes were received, the orange ones were erected, the pink ones were connected, and some of them had still not been received on site. So this can very quickly tell you a story of how the progress is going, which is a bit more detailed than what your earned value graph shows you. In February, that progressed further, and we can see that some of the pipes were already being tested. However, you can see that there was an issue with these pipes because they were either damaged, delayed, or they failed an inspection. If we go further into March and then finally into April, of where it's currently been updated to, you can see that almost all the piping is finished. However, there are issues with these two pipes, which means that you could probably not commission the system. Now, you may show that you're ahead of progress in your earned value management system. If we go back to this graph, you may be there and you may be ahead. However, because you have a potential issue with a component, it may delay your critical path at a later stage. So by looking at it visually, this shows you the detailed picture quite quickly. The other advantage of this, of using this, is that all the information is recorded. So if we go down to the resource property and we click on that pipe, you can see that it was received in February, tested in March. They thought that it was finished in April, but it actually failed the final inspection. So if you have a claim situation later on, all that information is recorded. This is just a brief example to show you how the information from the detailed information from your earned value capturing on site can be quite easily transferred into your model, and can just be pasted in using this information over here. As you can see, we've got the supplier, the status set, the date that it was recorded on, and then the actual date that it's been statused up to. You can add further fields to filter by more criteria if required, but it shows you a quick picture of what's happening. And for more detailed projects, you can also create additional views by adding more windows and different ways of looking at things. So maybe you want to see it in elevation from this angle, and in plan view from the top angle, and as time goes by they should both change, and you can tell quite a powerful story quite quickly. If you choose to, you can also use the iPad app. I am currently linking my iPad to the computer screen, and the gas model is shown in the right hand side of the app. Now you can click on a filtered section, so I will click on pipe spool section 3 for this example, and from the key on the left you can see that the pipes have been delivered because they are yellow. Now your supervisor on site can walk around with the iPad and zoom in on a certain pipe, physically click on it, and then change it from delivered to rigged in place if that had happened. And once that change has been made, they can either add a photo of the I'll just take a photo of the computer screen just to show, and then that photo is linked to that actual update, and once they refresh it and send that information, my actual Synchro model will be updated with the live updates. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.